Hello everyone, this is Nana Ube. Thank you for having me once again. Welcome to Endless on YouTube. The book is a collection of inspirational and motivational truths about love, pain, relationships, especially for the African woman. Why am I just doing this for the African woman? Well, first of all, because I am African, so I am speaking to my sisters, I'm speaking to my community, but also because I do believe that we, the African women, we need more support, more encouragement, and more inspiration. So you can find the book on amzn.to or any other book that I have published. You also have a version of French because I'm bilingual. So if you are a French speaker, then you also have a collection of inspirational and motivational insights in French. The title of that book is called Persevere, which in English just say perseverance or persevere. The book has several chapters, but I wanted to focus on the chapter about forgiveness. And in forgiveness, I said, sometimes it is easier to forgive others than self. However, don't cheat yourself out of grace. Don't cheat yourself out of mercy. Forgive yourself for judging yourself, for being impatient with yourself, for being too hard on yourself, for complaining about your life. Your mistakes make you human. Otherwise, you will be in heaven. I give you 2 seconds just to ponder on those words. You see, so many times we are so hard on ourselves. And I probably think it's because maybe it's the way we grew up. The authority figure that we have around us was probably hard on us. So as we get older, we also become very hard on ourselves. We compare ourselves with others. We judge ourselves for making mistakes. It's as if we're expecting ourselves to be perfect, but perfect in the eyes of whom? Is it that we are looking to be accepted, to be loved, to be valued, to be considered, to be noticed? And we don't allow ourselves to err. But the nature of our being is also sometimes to make mistakes. The nature of our being is that as we grow up and as we become this woman of grace, this woman of faith, this woman of great stature, this woman of great eloquence, this woman of great integrity, sometimes we may take some derailed road. It is easier for us to forgive others sometimes more than ourselves. But why? Why are we so tough on ourselves? Why are we so hard on ourselves when we're just human? And we do cheat ourselves from grace because we have to be a little bit more patient. There are things that sometimes we assume we should know, but not necessarily. We learn from experience. If I don't have an experience in architecture, I should not expect myself to know those things. But I should expect myself to want to learn and to, if this is one of my interests, right? Or if it becomes an interest of mine. It's the same thing with life. Life is broad. Life is complex. Life is intriguing. Life is mesmerizing when we let it take us, when we allow it to teach us. And when I say take us, it's not that we just go with the wind, but when we are curious about where it's taking us in the direction of learning, of self-development, of self-discovery, of knowing who we are and becoming the person we think we want to be. And that's another process in itself, right? We compare ourselves with others because we haven't had a chance to know ourselves. We haven't had a chance to sit down and meet with ourselves, meet face to face with who we are. Michael Jackson talks about the man in the mirror. If you want to change, you want to make the world a better place, take a look at the man in the mirror. You want to change your living status, you want something better for yourself, then and only then you will need to meet with yourself. And that is what the book is about. There is a time to be with others. There is a time to be alone. Why should we be alone? It's a time of meditation. I know it's sometimes scary to face your own demons, but that's the only way to confront them. The only way to take power and control over the demons in your life and in your mind and the demons of the past is to meet them. And you will be surprised of the power that you are able to project. It is a wonderful and intriguing moment when you meet with yourself and you forgive yourself for the mistakes that you make. The Christian pray, God give us our daily bread and forgive us for the things that we have done, offenses that we have committed. Then there is a time we look at ourselves in the mirror and say, I forgive you for making that mistake, but don't do it anymore. If you know better, I forgive myself for judging myself. What is my platform for judging me? Who am I looking at where I'm comparing myself and judging myself that I'm short of this, I'm not enough because of this? Who's speaking to me? Who's saying those things to me? Who am I listening? Who am I allowing to enter my mind and take control of the driver's seat of my mind? If we can answer those questions and realize that it is not us, but it is something else, it is others, it's the society, it's the world, it is the family, it is the so-and-so, then we need to sit down and do a triage of all those incoming thoughts and decide who we want to believe. But first, we need to confront our weaknesses and hold them, own them, and decide to make them better. In the same process, we also discover our strengths, because nobody is all bad and nobody is all good. We are both. So we use our strength as the building muscles so that we can improve. As long as we are taking time with ourselves, as long as we want to become better, then it will be easier for us to forgive ourselves and no longer cheat ourselves from the grace that has been given to us. We are human. It's not an excuse, but it is an argument that allows us to understand why we do what we do. But that's not the end of our story. The story continues if we want it to continue. And the story becomes better if we want it to be better. It doesn't mean that it's easy. It doesn't mean that it can be done overnight. But before we get to an hour, we have to go through a second. So let's start that second of our life. of the things that we want to accomplish, of the person we want to become, by forgiving ourselves and for wanting to be a better person. Like the quote says, if we were perfect, we would be in heaven. Thank you so much for listening. Don't forget to get your own copy of the book so that you can take advantage of the other inspirational insights and more on love, pain, and relationships. This was Nana Obey. See you next time.